Good afternoon, girls and boys, and welcome to this week's Forex Focus. I hope you've all had a good week in the markets, and in this video, we're going to go through the setups that are presenting themselves for next week. We're going to start off by talking about the Aussie New Zealand. Now, the Aussie New Zealand is looking really quite good because we're coming up towards a higher price resistance, which potentially could give us a signal to sell. Remember, what we like to look for with some of these setups is ultimately the market coming through a level, breaking through the level, but failing to hold above the level, and then closing back below and giving us our signal to sell short. Now, at this moment in time, we are at the 1.1300 level. That's where the market's holding. It's failed to get above there over the past few days, but hopefully when the markets open again on Monday and Tuesday, the market will breach above there and give us our opportunity to sell. As you can see, it's hit that level in the recent past, going back to sort of the beginning of September. The market reacted quite violently to that level. It had been rallying there for quite some time, came up to the 1.1300 level, and then it literally just turned around and sold off a good sort of 400 or 500 pips. The market then came back up to that level again, failed to get up there, and then in the recent past, over the past couple of days, it's approached that level again, and that's ultimately where we're looking to sell. If we get above that level, then we will be looking at the first target at the orange level there, which is the previous level of resistance. It's only a small resistance level where the market on the left over here ultimately came up to it, broke through it, and used it as a pivot to approach the 1.1300 level. But that will be our first target. The second target will then be over here at this previous level of resistance there, which is resistance again. So that's the next logical level to take our profits. So we'll be looking to get into the market at this high over here. We'll be taking our first target off just before the 1.1100 level, and then the second target before the 1.1000 level. Okay, so that is it for the Aussie New Zealand. We'll then look at the Euro Pound. The Euro Pound, a few weeks ago, we were looking for a sell from these levels over here, from this high over here, because we looked at the downtrend and we saw that was a great opportunity to sell resistance. However, the market didn't quite get up to that level and since sold off. So now we're looking at this support level over here. So this support level was obviously hit back in October. It's a 0.7750 level, or in and around that area there. The market is now coming back to this area. If it can come back to this area here, this is where we're going to be looking to buy supports. We're looking for a bounce from supports here. Obviously, if we get our price action set up at that level, if we do, the first target is going to be this previous level of support, which could become resistance. And if we get beyond that level, then we're going to be looking for going towards the 0.800 level, just before then at 0.7950, in and around that sort of area there, to take our second target, our second bit of profit off the table. That's only if we get the setup, so we'll have to wait to see what sets up next week. The final pair that we're looking at is the pound dollar. Now, we've been looking at this for a few months now, or a few weeks, sorry. So a couple of weeks ago, we were looking at this area. All the way back in November of last year, the market came to this level and used it as its pivot, as its support level to rally a mighty sort of 2,000 plus pips. It's now come back to that level, sold off quite heavily. A few weeks ago, we were looking to buy from this level. Unfortunately, we didn't get the opportunity. The market didn't quite get there. However, the market is now looking like it's going to come down to here again. If it can get down to this level, and if it can hold at this support level here, then we are going to be looking to buy. Our first profit target is around the 1.6050 level, just before 1.6100. And then the second target will be all the way back up there, another 100 or so points towards the 1.6250 level, somewhere in and around there. Okay, so it's that previous level of support there, which we feel potentially could become resistance and could provide our trade, if we're in it, with an ideal point to take our profits. Finally, for this week, we need to look over at the yen pairs. Now, as you can see here, we've got no yen trading. Why are we saying that? Well, the Aussie yen, the CAD yen, the franc yen, the euro yen, and the pound yen are all coming up to a higher price resistance level. So they're all areas, and they're very, very clear areas where we could potentially look for a bounce from. So we could look to sell resistance. However, unfortunately, this move has been driven by a complete change in monetary policy by the Bank of Japan, or it was certainly not what the markets were expecting anyway. So it's a fundamental driver there. So we've got that happened yesterday evening, or this morning, early hours of this morning. And for that reason, we're not going to be looking to stand in front of the train of the Bank of Japan. They've decided to implement a lot more monetary easing than anybody was ever expecting. And hence, the markets have had a massive move in. The yen has really, really weakened over the past day. And for that reason, even though the markets are coming up to some beautiful levels where we ordinarily would be looking to sell resistance, because of the reason that it's going up there, we are not trading those pairs. So we would caution you guys against trading them as well if they were something that you were looking at. Okay, I hope you've all enjoyed this week's Forex Focus. If you've got any questions, please feel free to post them in the video below. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and we'll speak to you all on next week's Forex Focus. Take care now.